Hello, everyone, and welcome. GM Revolution is so excited to be back again with another video. Today, we're going to deeply dive into the benefits of anti-aging products. This is a huge trend in the skincare and beauty industry right now, and for a good reason. Who doesn't love to have young, healthy looking skin as they age? So, today we're going to be addressing that trend and seeing how GM Revolution is leading the way through the skincare industry. With that being said, I want to introduce myself. My name is Michael McGuire, the CEO of GM Revolution. I'm going to give you a little bit about my background and how I got into the skincare industry. My professional schooling and early career started out as a mechanical engineer and entrepreneurship. I really wanted to take that critical thinking and technical background and those problem solving skills, combine it with a passion for entrepreneurship in order to solve real world problems that truly matter. So, where does skincare come into play? I saw a huge need personally that there was a need for men to be introduced to what proper skincare health and what proper skincare hygiene looks like. So, at GM Revolution, we are a professional men's skincare dedicated to normalizing men taking care of the health of their skin. So, how did I get into the skincare industry myself? Well, I've got a pretty unique background in the sense that growing up, my mom, she owned a salon, and so I like to think back when I was a young teenage boy with just starting to get some acne. My friends were starting to get acne, and I think of their situation, and a lot of friends I had really suffered from bad acne. But meanwhile, my 13-year-old self was getting facial treatments every week in my mom's salon. And I love that imagery of just a young 13-year-old boy getting a facial treatment and truly relaxing in a spa. And it's a funny vision and imagery, but for me that was completely normal. I didn't know any different. I was the guinea pig for any new product she was developing, and it was just a passion that I grew up in the skincare industry. And it wasn't until I moved away that I realized that not every young man was like me, that not every man had access to that education and proper skin health. And so, with that, I recognized that there was a need, a growing need for men, that a conversation started to need to happen about proper skin health. So, that's where GM Revolution comes into play. We always take the science perspective. I have a passion for science, I've got that engineering background, and we are treating skin and treating men from the health and science perspective. So, today, what I'm going to be talking to you about, I'm going to start with going through the background of why skin ages in the first place. We're going to touch on that trend of anti-aging and anti-aging products and why it's such an emerging and important trend. And then I'm going to introduce you to GM Revolution's anti-aging serum and the purifying mask and what those do to help that skin stay healthy, stay young, and keep looking tight, keep looking young and good, healthy. We're going to go into all of that as we go. But before we start, I want to read you our mission. This was carefully crafted to really summarize exactly who we are at GM Revolution and what we stand for. At GM Revolution, we know that a men's skincare line cannot change the world. We have seen time and time again that it can change people, and people can change the world. I have another video up about really diving into who we are as a brand and what we stand for. So I'm just going to touch on it real quick before we get started. We totally recognize that a skincare line isn't going to impact the world majorly, but our products, they do work. They are that secret weapon, I like to say, for men when they're starting their day of waking up, taking care of their skin. Men's skincare is more than just applying products to their face. Men's skincare is about self care, it is about confidence, it is about body positivity, being able to look yourself in the mirror, be comfortable with what you see. So, that is what we are about, and I hope you appreciate that mission, and we hope that you join the revolution and continue to promote normalizing men and taking care of their skin. So let's dive into anti-aging. So first, it's important to note whenever we talk about the aging of skin, we have to remember that aging is a natural process. And this is due to a couple of reasons. I'm going to talk a lot about these four in particular, but it's important to note that there are more contributors to the aging of skin. But today we're going to be talking about toxin and pressure, sun damage, free radicals, and stress, and how all of these combined really contribute to that aging of skin. So, toxin and pressure, and why skin ages. Whenever skin is damaged, it is due to one of these two situations, toxin and pressure. And what these are a result of, it's everything that we submit ourselves to the environment around us. It is what we breathe, what we eat, how we think, our activity levels, if we're exercising, and ultimately how we manage stress. So let's jump into these. What we breathe and what we eat, how we think. So if you think about the environment that we live in, say one of our clients or your clients are living in the city, and think of the air that they're exposed to, what they're breathing, but also that air and oxygen that they're just naturally exposing their skin to. That's going to be very different than the air, say, someone that lives more in a countryside, or um, say they live near the water, or they're living in a different altitude. Those are direct correlations of the health of our skin. And whenever we're treating clients, we must first seek to understand exactly what their situation is, exactly what their skin is exposed to, before we start prescribing the best course of action for them. So, what we breathe, that oxygen is in our blood. Our blood is the first and only way to really flush out those toxins. Toxin is poison to our skin. So, what we breathe, those oxygen levels directly correlated to the health of our skin. What we eat, are we eating fatty foods, unhealthy foods that are high in sugar, high in fat? Those are directly correlated to the health of our skin. The food goes directly to the bloodstream, and we want healthy blood. That's the key. We need healthy blood to take those toxins and carry them and flush them out throughout our body. Also, including what we eat, what we drink. Are we drinking water? The purpose of healthy skin is to stay hydrated. We need to be drinking water. There's a lot of different suggestions, whether it's based on your body weight, how much water we should drink, but the typical standard is 8 glasses of water a day. And whenever we are talking with clients, everyone knows that it's the standard 8 glasses, but how many clients of yours are not actually drinking enough water? That is the first key of what we're eating, what we're putting into our body. Is it healthy? Are we creating a healthy bloodstream? Secondly, how we think and how we manage stress. Whenever we have clients come in and we're treating them, what we see on their skin, we can immediately tell the type of lifestyle they live. We don't have to guess if they are smokers, if they have a bad diet, or have a lot of stress in their lives, because what the skin is doing, it's immediately duplicating everything that happens internally. Whatever is going on inside our bodies is going to show up on their skin. Even for myself personally, whenever, say, I have a big presentation coming up, or just a big day, or I'm a little stressed out about work, or a little overwhelmed, we start to see those breakouts. That's not a coincidence. What we think, and how we manage that stress is directly correlated to the health of our skin. Finally, our activity levels. And exercise, extremely important, but we have to do it consciously. Especially for men. Men are more prone to take care of the health of their bodies in a gym setting. But a lot of men are more prone to adult acne, and that is all over their body, back acne, on their shoulders, on their face, and while they have a healthy lifestyle in terms of exercise and activity, we need to treat the skin from a holistic perspective because healthy skin is a healthy body, and you can't have one without the other. So, while a man in particular is more likely to be working out and have a healthy, strong body, they're also exposing themselves to sweat buildup and dirt. And it's important to note that this all plays a role in why our skin is aging and how we need to treat it from a holistic perspective. So, why skin ages? Sun damage. Now, this is a huge, I can talk on a whole other presentation about the importance of maintaining proper care, especially from the sun, but we're just going to highlight it, the key components today. So it's important to note the two key components for healthy, youthful skin are collagen and elastin. And when we are young, those are both in abundance. But the thing is, they begin to break down with natural aging and overexposure to the sun. Both collagen and elastin, when we are young, we have an abundance amount. You think of a baby's skin and how smooth it is and how tight it is and how healthy it is. But it's important to notice that this is a natural aging process. As we get older, our skin is going to age. As we expose ourselves more to the sun, though that elastin and collagen is slowly going to break down. So, what is collagen? It's a protein that helps our bodies and connective tissue, hair, skin, and nails. That's what gives its skin its firmness. A lot of times in marketing, we're told that skin is soft, skin is delicate. That is not true. That is, for the most part, that is strictly marketing of telling yourself that your skin should be soft and you get the point. But at its core, skin is firm. It is the first protective barrier, and it's our first line of defense against the environment that we live in. You think of how you think of even those young babies, how many times they fall and they trip. If skin was so soft, those internal organs would be damaged. But no, skin is meant to be firm. It's meant to protect ourselves, protect those internal organs. And so skin is firm, and that is that collagen. That is what is making it firm, making it taut, and keeping it tight. At the same time, elastin, that's also keeping the skin tight, allowing it to snap back, or if stretched, it always goes back to its original setting when healthy. And as we old, that elastin, our skin is less elastic. That's where the word comes from. And so then that's when we start to see sagging, and our skin is drooping down instead of snapping back to that original position when stretched, pinched, or poked. So you can see in the diagram above what that young skin looks like. It's that smooth layer, that collagen keeps it firm, the elastin keeps it tight, and you can see the different layers. It's the collagen and elastin are right there, almost right on the top layer. But as the skin ages, it breaks away that elastin and collagen, and that's where those wrinkles start to come into play. So, the second part, why skin ages, free radicals. This is another hot topic in the skincare industry, and it's important to understand exactly what they are. So, those free radicals are the silent enemies that play an important role in the degeneration of our health. And they've got two sources. They're a residual result created in the body during normal, natural metabolic functions, or are introduced from our environment. Also, oxygen, although essential to life, is the source of potentially damaging free radicals. And this is an interesting part as well, because while oxygen is in our bloodstream and it's absolutely vital to our life, it does cause those free radicals, which are harming. But the cool thing about our bodies, and the body is an absolutely magical, wonderful, just existence in nature of how it works and how it's meant to keep us healthy and how it does it in a natural way. So while oxygen does source those damaging free radicals, our body naturally produces several antioxidant enzymes as a defense to those free radicals. And this comes into play of many vitamins and minerals also act as antioxidants, which are going to fight those free radicals. So then, finally, stress. And stress is something that we all deal with. It is just a natural part of life. You could say it's as common as oxygen in life, but it really does, how we manage stress does contribute to the aging of skin, while also it does in itself create free radicals within the skin. And how we manage stress is, like I said before, directly correlated to how healthy our skin is going to stay. Is our skin going to break out when we are overly overwhelmed or nervous or anxious? We see that directly on our skin, especially in terms of breakouts. So managing stress is extremely important, and I think right now the world we live in, you look back 20 years ago of this is just something that wasn't talked about. Managing stress, especially for men, managing stress was supposed to be internalized, and men are supposed to keep their feelings inside and not talk about it and just figure it out. And, if you're stressed out, that just means you need to work harder. But fortunately, there are a lot of conversations happening in self care and managing stress and just promoting an overall healthy lifestyle. And I want to remind you all that, especially for men, skincare is self care. And this is something that it's great that a conversation is happening, but as professionals, it is our obligation to continue that conversation, especially for men, that it is okay to manage your stress properly and to care for yourself and care for your skin the way that it was meant to be treated. This goes back to the activity levels as well. Men more likely to be in the gym. That is a great stress reliever, and it's just important that we need to supplement that education with that is great that you're in the gym taking care of your body. We also need to be taking care of our skin, because you can't have a healthy body without having healthy skin. So now we're going to get into the keys to reversing premature aging. And this is through three primary ways. Number one, increasing vascular activity. Number two, a daily skincare regimen. Number three, a healthy lifestyle. So I talked about this before, but increasing vascular activity is the number one way that our bodies are going to naturally heal. Our bodies can only heal through blood flow, and that is the increasing circulation, increasing vascular activity, using products that are intentionally going to bring blood to the surface. Niacin, for example, is I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in some of our products, but for example, that's just a great ingredient in products that are going to flush the skin. We want to bring blood to the surface. If you think about it, when we cut ourselves, if you get a cut on your skin, what's going to happen is, yes, we naturally bleed, but what's going to happen is that blood and those blood cells are going to rush to the surface, and that's what is internally healing our body. We heal through blood flow, and that's the same with skin. And so whenever we are trying to reverse premature aging or just heal the skin from within, we want to use products that are going to increase that vascular activity. Second, a daily skincare regimen. For men, this is a I'm very passionate about it myself, but this is a super important topic of introducing men to really take care of the health of their skin. And I've got another video out there of breaking down exactly what a good skincare routine looks like. So I'll just kind of highlight some things right now. Introducing men to a proper skincare routine is so important to really drive that conversation of why we are intentionally treating our skin. And I use that word intentionally for a reason. Because when it comes to skincare or going to the gym or doing yoga or going for a run, those are all the same concepts of we're doing things for a purpose. We are doing things intentionally to better ourselves. And that is the same with a daily skincare routine. introducing men to really intentionally taking care of their health, of treating their skin as the largest organ of the body that it is, treating the skin as the first line of defense against the world around us. And secondly, living a healthy lifestyle. It is easier said than done. I totally understand that. But it is managing that stress, being active, getting outside, getting that. And think about this as well. The cool part about skin and treating the body is this all mixes together. We're saying the same thing over and over and over. Living a healthy lifestyle, if you're say you're going for a run, for example, that is great for your mind, great for your body, and it's also rushing blood to the system. It's increasing that heart flow. Um, it's important for that circulation to just have that uptick, so we are continually supplying our body and supplying our skin with fresh, clean blood. So this is all such a holistic perspective of how we can take care of our bodies, how we can take care of our health. Now I want to introduce you to GM Revolution's Anti-Aging Serum. This is a fantastic product. It has been absolutely changing for my skin personally, and for all of our clients. They cannot get enough of this. And I'm going to walk you through why exactly. So GM Revolution's Anti-Aging Serum is antioxidant rich, anti-aging properties due to those key ingredients. I'm going to talk about those just in a second. But what it's doing, it's strengthening the skin, it's healing it. Remember, skin is tough. Skin is not soft, it is firm. That is that collagen. We want to help and maintain that skin toughness. We want to increase that circulation, and personally it is great. As on the slide before, you saw him rubbing the serum under his eyes. It's great for diminishing dark spots, for evening that skin tone, and really just making the skin look healthy, look young, and that's all due to these key antioxidant ingredients. First off, we have bakuchiol, and a wonderful product, a wonderful ingredient. It's an alternative to retinol, which means it has no side effects being an alternative to retinol. Retinol is a great product, a great ingredient, but it does have some side effects. Bakuchiol is an alternative. It's plant-based, naturally derived, great antioxidant that is really going to flush out the skin and really give the skin what it needs while having no side effects, so you can continue to use it over and over without seeing any damage to your body. Second, hyaluronic acid. This is a great ingredient. We also at GM Revolution have a hyaluronic acid moisturizer, but there is this ingredient in the anti-aging serum as well. And what the hyaluronic acid is doing, it's retaining the moisture and plumping the skin. When we care for our skin, we don't want to simply have products rest on that top layer. And what hyaluronic acid is going to do, it's going to really retain that moisture on our layer of our skin, but dive deep. So we're actually healing the skin from within. We don't want to just have products lay on the top. We want to dive deep into that second layer and really give the skin as an organ what it needs. Next up, we have niacin, which I talked about. It great way to flush out the skin. That's going to increase that circulation, bring blood to the surface. And so when we use that anti-aging serum, you can immediately see just that skin start to redden up, and that's the sign of that blood is at the surface and blood is flushing it out. It is supplying healthy blood. We need it to be healthy, which means we need to take care of what we're putting into our body, so that when we use products like this, we're bringing healthy blood to the surface. But that niacin is really going to increase circulation, flush out that toxin, flush out that poison, and replenish it with healthy blood. Next up, we have vitamin E, which is going to heal, it's going to moisturize. It's a great anti-aging product, especially this is when we're talking about fine lines and wrinkles. That vitamin E is really going to work hard to heal those lines and really soften the lines in our skin. And then next up, we have peptides, which are another great ingredient, and that's going to stimulate the collagen and elastin. We can't produce collagen and elastin, only our bodies can do that, but ingredients like peptides, they're going to stimulate them, keep them healthy. peptides also going to reduce that skin inflammation. So anti-aging is a great trend that we're seeing, but it's only possible by healing the skin through those key ingredients, and we only know that through treating the skin from that science perspective, giving the skin what it needs as the largest organ in our body. Next up, I want to introduce you to GM Revolution's Purifying Mask. So what this mask is going to do, it's a great deep cleanse for the skin. I love using the cleanser, the signature cleanser every single day and morning and night, but once or twice a week, just to give that skin a reset, to get it back on looking its best. The Purifying Mask is a wonderful, wonderful product. And it's a very unique product in the sense that most masks, while they're going to exfoliate, they're going to cleanse. A lot of times, what a mask can do is they can dry out someone's skin. For me personally, I tend to have dry skin, especially now as we get into those later months of the year. My skin starts to get really dry. But what this mask is going to do, it's going to cleanse, it's going to exfoliate with that activated charcoal, but it's also going to hydrate the skin and keep it hydrated, keep it moisturized because it's also included in there is that avocado oil. So this is the real 2-in-1 that a man needs, and it's just a great reset. I love it on a Sunday night, really unwind before Monday morning to really start the week on my best foot. There's nothing better than waking up on Monday morning, my skin is looking better than ever, and that Purifying Mask is a great way to really kickstart our skin while also, when the purpose of a mask, we're driving blood flow to the skin. When it tightens and our skin, when the mask tightens and hardens, that's increased circulation. You can feel when you feel the heartbeat in your cheeks and on your forehead because the mask is getting tight. That's fresh and clean blood getting driven to the surface, and that's how we heal skin, through blood flow, through increased circulation. Here's a great before and after of just one use with that Purifying Mask, what it's going to do. We can see that increased texture. We've got a great texture on the right from before. We've got those lessened pore size, those fine lines, especially right around the nose. You can see right there, right around the jawline. Those lines are getting diminished. The skin tone is a lot cleaner. It just overall looks healthy. But at the same time, his skin is not dry. His skin is still hydrated. And that's that avocado oil in there working hard. So those are some of our anti-aging products. And combined with the whole line, they really work hard to give the skin exactly what it needs from that health standpoint. At GM Revolution, we are focused on treating skin from the health perspective, and we're really excited as we expand this line to talk to more men, get them into the importance of skincare, and let them know why, like I said, skincare is self-care. Let them know why it's so important, especially as professionals. That is our duty, to get men into skincare and get the men in our lives really taking care of their bodies from the holistic perspective. We want men in the gym, we want them going on runs, but we need them taking care of that first line of defense, which is our skin. So, if you're interested in learning more about GM Revolution, you can visit us on our website at gmrevolution.com. We love to hear from anyone. Just if you want to talk skin, if you have any questions about your skin or about male clients, email us at info@gmrevolution.com. Our social media tags are at gmrevolutionskin, so be sure to follow us for any skin tips that we will be posting. Also, just some motivation that we're posting along the way, helping men get through, being that secret weapon to help them get through that week. Also, follow us on our podcast. We've got a great podcast called Be the Revolution Podcast, where we hear from men and we hear how they are the revolutions in their own communities, how they're being positive agents of change in their own lives. So we are a community-based company, and we want to hear from our clients. We want to really form that community and be there on the journey, because skincare is a journey, life is a journey, and GM Revolution is here for that journey. Finally, as I close this presentation up, for anyone that is listening, I always want to challenge you to be the revolution. Revolutions take many forms, but no matter what, it is an intentional act to make the world a better place. I want to challenge you to be the revolution in your own life. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But thank you for spending this time and hearing the important the important trend of anti-aging products and what GM Revolution is doing to help men on their journey. Thank you. Bye.